Hey guys, thanks for tuning in if you're able to. This is my first volume 1 review, and today I'm going to be talking about Beastars. Here's the cover. The cover is so awesome. I love it. So Beastars is an award-winning series out of Japan that started in 2017, and it just hit the US here in July. It is by a woman named PARU Itagari. And so that's kind of unique there. I'm always really impressed by sort of single creator shows. Of course, she has a team helping her, but she is responsible for the artwork that we see and the story that we're reading. So I'm really impressed by that right off the bat. It's a V's signature edition, which you can see that what that logo looks like. V's signature tends to the more adult titles and more unique stories. So if you ever see a V's signature title, you can expect something a little bit different than their typical sort of one for all style stories. Beastars is about an elite boarding school in a world that is very much like Zootopia. So it's a world of carnivores and herbivores living together, but there is a very clear divide between the carnivores and the herbivores. This is our main character, Legoshi. He is a massive gray wolf who is also an awkward 17-year-old. He doesn't get along well socially, not to say that he doesn't have friends. He's just kind of a weirdo. He's in the drama club. He does the lighting. He's the tech guy. So he's sort of always lingering up in the rafters. And the story starts with an herbivore named Tim being murdered on campus. So it starts right off with a mystery. We don't know who did it. It sort of looks like it might be Legoshi. That's part of the mystery. And one other suspect is brought forth, this really frustrated, I think he's a mongoose, who wanted the role that that particular alpaca that got murdered was playing. So we've got a mystery at the base of everything, but the chapters that follow that go on to sort of explore just the tensions that exist in this world of herbivores and carnivores living together, which I absolutely loved. I feel like the topic is really timely, and it's also done in a really humanistic way. So we've got the animals and we've got the characteristics of animals. For instance, it's illegal in this world to eat meat at all. So the carnivores are a part of this society, but their base function, what they need to survive, is against the law. So there's a whole exploration of lunchtime where they're given these savory bean burgers. And it just sort of like seems to me like a precursor for challenges that are going to come for these characters. In a lot of ways, the parallels between just normal high school drama and being a teenager and struggling are mirrored by the struggles between the carnivores and the herbivores in this first volume. So after we get introduced to the murder mystery, subsequent chapters introduce other challenges that are going on. There is a very arrogant stag named Louis who is sort of seeking to be the kingpin on campus. And that title is called a Beastar. And Beastars are the ones who are able to bridge the gap between carnivores and herbivores in school settings that go on later in life to become politicians and leaders. So Louis is arrogant. He comes from a wealthy elite family, and you can see that he's not all good guy, but he's definitely someone that everyone respects. And there's a storyline that goes along that's sort of a conflict between him and other characters, including Legoshi. And there's also a part in this story already in these first 7 chapters where Legoshi is faced with a serious challenge as far as his carnivore instincts. The alpaca at the beginning of the story that was murdered was Legoshi's close friend. So he's under suspicion, but you can really sense his loss. And I don't think that he's the person that did it. But he is faced with a situation with a small bunny where they are sort of now in a strange spot where they feel this strange connection to each other, but also their animal instincts are coming into play. So for first volume, I was really impressed with Beastars. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous. you can get sort of an idea. This is Louis right here. Just beautiful, simple and direct. The characterizations of the animals are really awesome because they show what those animals are like in nature, but also they have great human qualities and characteristics. So I think the artwork is sort of unparalleled. It's a little bit of a different style, but it really suits the narrative. And I feel like the story has like a lot going for it. There are 7 chapters in this book. 3 of them leave you on sort of like a, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next in this storyline? I feel like this can really play out like, if we think about like 90s shows, maybe like a Dawson's Creek or something. It's a high school drama, but it's very mature and very poetic in a lot of ways. The play that they're doing in the drama club is about a girl who befriends and outwits death to sort of prolong her life. But at the end of their journey together, they both end up dying. And I sort of feel like that is kind of a beautiful metaphor for what the society is going to end up being like. So after reading the first volume, I'm definitely going to continue Beastars. I give it a 5 out of 5. I feel like right off the bat, I'm intrigued by all the characters. I feel like it was beautifully drawn, and I can't wait to read more. So if anybody decides to read this, let me know. I would love to read along with you. This is the only volume out in the US right now, but more volumes will be coming because we are 2 years behind Japan, so it should come out on a pretty regular schedule. All right, guys, that was my first volume 1 review. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you're going to pick up the story, and if you do, please share your thoughts with me because I'd love to read along with you. Have a good one. Bye.